They say if you love food, you know Gordon Ramsay. But Ramsay isn't just a master of the kitchen. Behind those Michelin stars and his fiery temper hides something far more shocking. Something most people never see. A car collection so rare, so powerful, it could make billionaires jealous. These aren't just luxury toys. They're machines worth more than entire restaurant chains. Some are so exclusive that only 100 people on Earth will ever have the chance to own one. And Gordon Ramsay? He has them tucked away like trophies. But here's the twist. Ramsay has an obsession. Not with knives, not with kitchens, but with Ferraris. His love runs so deep, it's almost impossible to keep track of how many he owns. Each one more outrageous, more extravagant than the last. So buckle up, because today, we're not stepping into his kitchen. We're stepping into Gordon Ramsay's garage, a world where horsepower, speed, and pure luxury take center stage. 10. Ferrari Monza SP2. The first thing you notice, there's no windshield, nothing between you and the rush of air. It's insane. And at full speed, it's dangerous. So dangerous, in fact, Ferrari had to warn every owner, never drive this car flat out without a helmet. But that's exactly why this car isn't for everyone. It's for the fearless. And Ramsay? He's fearless. He got his hands on one when most people hadn't even seen it in the flesh. The Monza SP2 is built on the Ferrari F12 Superfast. Under the hood, a 6.5-liter V12, naturally aspirated, screaming with 809 horsepower. It rockets from 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds and tops out at 186 miles per hour. This isn't just a car, it's a bullet in disguise. Ramsay's Monza SP2 is a dark shadow on wheels, black body, bold red stripes, red leather seats, and gunmetal wheels. A car like this isn't meant to sit in a garage, it demands the road, and Ramsay knew that. Just hours after it arrived, he took it out. Cameras caught him with his son Oscar in the passenger seat, tearing through the streets. It wasn't just a drive, it was a statement. But here's the thing, this isn't his only Ferrari. For Ramsay, the Monza SP2 is just the beginning. 9. Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta. This isn't just a car, it's part hypercar, part Formula One machine, and it's worth over $3 million. Ramsay already owned the standard LaFerrari, but when Ferrari unveiled the Aperta, a rarer, more extreme version, he couldn't resist. Under the hood, a 6.3-liter V12 works hand-in-hand with dual electric motors. Together, they unleash 960 horsepower. That's power on the level of two Bugattis fused into one. The Aperta tears past 218 miles per hour. Ramsay called it absolutely mental, ridiculously fast. When he first showed the world his Aperta on Instagram, he joked it was like waking up to a giant Spyder on his doorstep. Unique, terrifying, and impossible to ignore. His car wears the plate F150 GR. F150 was Ferrari's code name for the project. GR stands for Gordon Ramsay, his personal stamp on a masterpiece. But here's what makes it even crazier. Only 210 Aperta models were ever built. And you couldn't just buy one, not even if you were a billionaire. Ferrari had to invite you. One collector, Preston Hen, even sued Ferrari after being denied. Yet Ramsay was chosen. Why? Maybe because of his obsession with the brand. Maybe because Ferrari knew this car would be in the hands of someone who truly worshipped it. 8. Ferrari 550 Maranello. Ramsay's Ferrari story didn't start with million-dollar hypercars. It began years earlier, at a moment that changed his life. The year was 2000. Gordon Ramsay had just earned his third Michelin star, the ultimate recognition for a chef. To celebrate, his wife Tana gave him something unforgettable, a Ferrari 550 Maranello, a gift that spoke directly to his soul. The 550 Maranello was Ferrari at its purest, a naturally aspirated 5.5-liter V12. No turbochargers, no hybrids, just raw, unfiltered power, delivered through a classic manual gearbox. This wasn't just another supercar. Back then, it was called the greatest driver's car in the world. Its engine even won international awards, and Ramsay himself often calls it one of the best Ferraris he has ever driven. If Ramsay says that, it means something. After all, few people on Earth know Ferrari like he does. The 550 Maranello wasn't just a car, it was the foundation. It paved the way for Ferrari's modern GTS. And for Ramsay, it became the symbol of where his Ferrari passion truly began. 7. Ferrari 488 GTB. For Ramsay, some cars become an addiction. The Ferrari 488 GTB is one of them. He just can't stop driving it. The 488 took over from the legendary 458. The moment it was released, Ramsay made a bold move. He swapped out his 2005 Ferrari F430 GTB for this turbocharged monster. And it was the right call. The difference was night and day. Under the hood sits a 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8, spitting out 661 horsepower. It explodes from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds and roars to a top speed of 208 miles per hour. Faster, sharper, meaner. Exactly the kind of machine that mirrors Ramsay's own style in the kitchen, dominating, relentless, impossible to ignore. Ferrari builds on precision, innovation, and power. Those are the same qualities Ramsay lives by. But beyond all that, there's one thing he craves more than anything else: speed. Long before he mastered the art of a perfect steak, Ramsay chased a different dream: football. He once played for the Glasgow Rangers, but a knee injury ended it all. The thrill, however, never left him. Today, he finds it again, behind the wheel of machines like the Ferrari 488 GTB. 6. Ferrari F12 TDF. Brutal, unforgiving, relentless. That's the Ferrari F12 TDF. This isn't just a car, it's a weapon. A naturally aspirated 6.3-liter V12, screaming with 770 horsepower. It doesn't just hit 60 in under 3 seconds, it hits 100 in 2.9 seconds flat. Think about that. One blink, and you're already breaking triple digits. Its top speed, over 211 miles per hour. This machine was born for chaos, but there's history behind it. The F12 TDF was named in honor of the Tour de France endurance race, a competition Ferrari dominated through the 1950s and 60s. Built for the track, engineered for the fearless. Only 799 were ever made, and every single one sold out within a month. Ramsay's F12 TDF is a white storm on wheels, with black and gray stripes cutting across its body, black polished wheels, gray calipers. A car that looks every bit as dangerous as it drives. And here's the catch. You couldn't just walk in and buy one. You had to be part of Ferrari's inner circle, an elite club. Ramsay was on the list. Not only did he secure the TDF, he also went straight for its successor, the 812 Superfast. For Ramsay, Ferrari is the ultimate obsession, but his garage doesn't stop there. Beyond Ferrari, he owns some of the wildest supercars on Earth. 5. McLaren Senna and McLaren 675 LT. For years, Ramsay's heart belonged to Ferrari, but eventually, curiosity pulled him elsewhere, to McLaren. His first leap into their world was the McLaren 675 LT. LT stands for Longtail, a name with history that traces back to the legendary 1997 McLaren F1 GTR Longtail. Just like its ancestor, the 675 LT is about balance, lightweight design, razor-sharp aerodynamics, and performance that borders on madness. Behind the wheel sits a twin-turbo V8, pushing out 666 horsepower. Ramsay once compared it to the fastest roller coaster you've ever been on. And that thrill, that sheer violence on the road, pushed him to go further. The next step? The McLaren Senna. If the 675 LT was fast, the Senna is pure obsession. Worth $1.2 million, only 500 in existence. Named after the legend himself, Ayrton Senna, 3-time Formula One world champion. Built with a single purpose: dominance. The Senna spits out 789 horsepower and generates 800 kilograms of downforce. It's one of the most track-focused cars ever made. Ramsay calls it a symbol of passion. And he's right, because unlike most hypercars locked away in collections, the Senna is alive. It's faster than machines twice its price. And here's the kicker, it's road legal. A race car with a number plate. A beast born for the track, but perfectly capable of terrorizing the streets. 4. Porsche 918 Spyder, 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds, a quarter mile in 9.8, and at the Nürburgring, it shattered records, finishing a lap in under 7 minutes. What can beat that? Almost nothing. The Porsche 918 Spyder doesn't just keep up with the fastest cars in the world, it beats them. And for Ramsay, this wasn't just another toy, this was his very first hypercar. The 918 was also a pioneer, one of the first to bring hybrid technology into the world of supercars. At its core, a naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8, producing 599 horsepower at a screaming 8,700 RPM. Add 2 electric motors, and suddenly you're looking at a combined 881 horsepower. That's why this machine rockets down the quarter mile in just 9.8 seconds. But there's something else that makes it special. Exclusivity. Only 918 were ever built, each one a rare masterpiece. In 2013, the 918 became the first street-legal car to crush the Nürburgring record, a moment that sent shockwaves through the automotive world. For Ramsay, a man obsessed with speed and perfection, there was no question. He had to own it. The Porsche 918 Spyder isn't just fast, it's history on wheels. 3. Aston Martin Valour. London traffic doesn't stop for anyone, but one day, it stopped for Gordon Ramsay. When he pulled up outside a 5-star hotel in his Aston Martin Valour, the city froze. People turned their heads. Cameras came out. And it's easy to see why. There are only 110 Valours in the entire world, and Ramsay owns one. This is a $2 million masterpiece. Under the hood, a 5.2-liter twin-turbocharged V12 delivers 705 horsepower and 555 pound-feet of torque. Paired with a manual gearbox, it rockets from 0 to 60 in just 3.4 seconds before pushing close to 200 miles per hour. A car restorer once called it vulgar and expensive, but to Ramsay, it's pure art. And the Valour isn't his only Aston. His collection also includes the DB7 V12 Vantage, the car many say saved the Aston Martin brand, and the DBS Superleggera, a machine that combines elegance with brutal power. For Ramsay, Ferraris may be the crown jewels, but his Aston Martins prove something else. He doesn't just buy speed, he buys legends. 2. BAC Mono. This isn't a car, it's a rocket dressed in carbon fiber. The BAC Mono looks like it broke out of a Formula 1 track and straight onto the street. No roof, no windshield, just one seat, and the rawest driving experience you can buy. Its 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine produces 332 horsepower. That might not sound like much until you realize how little it weighs. The result? 0 to 60 in just 2.7 seconds. A top speed of 170 miles per hour. Faster than many Ferraris. Quicker than most Lamborghinis. This isn't about comfort. There are no distractions, no luxury, no second seat. It's just you, the engine, and the road. When Ramsay needs to blow off steam from Hell's Kitchen, this is the machine he turns to. A street-legal race car that strips driving back to its purest, most dangerous form. 1. Land Rover Defender. Some cars are fast, some are rare, but this one is iconic. The Land Rover Defender 110 SVXJB24 wasn't built for the road. It was built for James Bond, specifically for the high-speed snow chase inspector. Jaguar Land Rover teamed up with Bowler to create a monster tough enough for Hollywood stunts and tough enough to survive them. Only 10 were ever made. During filming, 3 were destroyed, 7 survived, and somehow, Gordon Ramsay owns one. He paid over $330,000 at auction to claim it. The car still wears its battle scars, scratches, dents, and stunt marks left from the movie set. Proof that it's not just a collector's piece, it's a survivor. This beast rolls on massive 37-inch all-terrain tires. It's fitted with a reinforced roll cage, rally-spec suspension, and upgraded Bilstein dampers. Its engine delivers 185 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. It may not be the fastest in his garage, but off-road, it's untouchable. Most collectors would hide a car like this. Not Ramsay. He drives it, because for him, cars aren't meant to sit still. They're meant to live.